Yes, those are goats on the roof. I mean, it's Norway. If you guys have an upcoming trip to Norway, I was in Oslo, but I also did the Fjord tour. Started in Bergen actually, and was also part of the Norway in a Nutshell tour. So I'll give you guys some tips and tricks if you're gonna be seeing pieces of that or doing all of that type of adventure on your trip to Scandinavia. Originally, when I began to plan my trip, I had no idea where I wanted to go in Norway outside of Oslo. VisitNorway.com gave me a lot of clarity. If you want to see the fjords, you can plan out how many days that you have and where you can go and explore. From there, they create these little packages if you're going to go by bus or train or boat with hotels and activities that are super reasonably priced. They offer this as a tool to make it a lot easier to see their country. You can look up other ways, but this was definitely the easiest for me. You can pick up your Norway in a Nutshell tour tickets at the airport, train station, or you can get them by mail. This package includes all the train, bus, and boat tickets that you'll need for your journey, and check into the hotels like normal. My next tip is to use the conductor, that guy right there. He's going to help you find your seat and get in the right car. Norwegian system can be a little different.
We will arrive in about 5 to 6 minutes.
The next tip you just heard is to know that you can listen to the announcements, which are both in English and Norwegian. This clip isn't helpful, it's just a cute dog. And look, he's just hanging out. There are tons of ways to get over to Bergen, so you can take a train, a bus, or fly. Bergen is the most famous stop to start the Fjord tour. But my favorite part is that you can choose your own adventure. You don't necessarily have to start in Bergen. My next tip is to just enjoy the scenery. There's so many different things to observe in the countryside. It's nice to bring a book, listen to some music, draw, journal. Maybe you can even feel like Harry Potter. This is the dining car. So it'll tell you where it's located, car 6 or 7, and kind of a little map in your seat back pocket, also over the announcements. They've got lots of different snacks, and there's 2 different prices. One to stay in the dining car and eat, or to take to your seat is a little cheaper. You're paying for the ambiance, of course, to have a little bit of a change up in scene, which is kind of fun to add in the long journey. You can see a lot of fun little towns and hear conversations, and as a solo traveler, it's kind of nice to have the ambiance of other people enjoying their journey. There are a ton of little towns along the way from Oslo to Bergen to stop in, and sometimes people rent a car in order to have a little bit more of that freedom. Fins, the town pictured here, look like that good option. The beautiful country of Norway is such a fabulous place to visit. It's also great for women who are traveling alone, because so many of the people around you are tourists themselves. It leads to a really comfortable atmosphere where you can feel like you can ask questions and make friends. This was about halfway through the journey, and I could really see the landscape changing into more waterways and getting into a lush green mountainside. A quick fun fact. A fjord forms when a glacier retreats and the resulting U-shaped valley floor is filled in with seawater. This steep-sided inlet is connected to the sea. I was so excited to arrive in Bergen in the evening time, around 4 p.m. or so. I would recommend taking a picture of whatever hotel that you're staying at on Google Maps, or at least downloading an app like here, which will allow you to see how to navigate to your hotel. It's pretty easy, and you can ask anyone in the train station when you get off. But it's nice to have a couple snapshots of the map of the city on your phone to find your hotel a little bit easier. About a 5 minutes walk from my hotel was the famous fish market, where I got to see a lot of really cool things. And hanging in the racks, you can see the famous stockfish drying. All of the hotels are pretty centrally located on the Norway in a Nutshell tours, and all of them are reasonably priced according to my Norwegian friend Anina. A lot of the hotels that you would find on there and the prices are exactly what you'd find if you went searching on your own. These guys are my buddies, they know what's up, taking pictures. Over here you've got places to eat. You can see little tables behind where they serve the fish or where they sell the fish. So you can go and sit there, enjoy a beverage, enjoy wandering up and down the aisles looking at all the different feasts. And you can see at the top of the hill there, a beautiful place to take pictures, or you can ride something to the top. I would definitely recommend walking along the waterfront close to the evening sunset. You get a lot of really beautiful pictures. And so many people are there visiting, they're willing to take pictures for you if you're traveling alone. Bergen is over 900 years old and has roots in the Viking era. It's surrounded by 7 mountains and has a fish market, a wharf, and over 10% of the population are students. So there's lots of craft shops, pubs, museums, and art galleries. I actually settled on this place that sold whale. It is non-endangered whale, and it's their famous species that lives only around the area in Norway. So it was actually very delicious. It was like steak. I was expecting more like fish, but you eat it with these heaters, which is nice. They have little blankets so you can have, and the staff right there is able to serve anything else you might want. A lovely sunset while I was eating was the perfect end to a day in Bergen. Alright guys, thank you for watching those tips and tricks. It's really hot where I am. I should not be wearing this hat. This video is intended to help you along in your journey, so if there's any questions that I can answer along the way, please post them below, and hopefully myself or someone else can help you out in the feed.